Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Rich with Operation Vets with Nets. We've got a fun-filled show for you tonight. We're still waiting for people to get in here, but as they get in here, we are going to we'll bring them on to the into the podcast. Well, I'm super excited. Normally, you guys know that this podcast is normally focused on veterans. But we thought since we just come back from CATCON 2025 and we had a lot of folks helping out, in our booth. We had folks working the merch. We had folks talking to individuals passing by, talking to vets. It was an awesome time. We had a whole bunch of captains sign up to want to get with the organization, and I think we had close to 25 vet trips scheduled right there and then. So let's go down and let's go ahead and I want to introduce everybody. And first off, we got up that way, all the way up top, we got Wesley Grubbs. Good thing about Wesley is our new Tennessee State lead. So I hope you're up for the challenge, my brother.
Oh yeah.
All right.
In it to win it, brother.
We got a little firecracker there. We got Morgan, who's right below him.
Hey.
And her old man's out there either working or he's trying to catch some squirrels. I don't know anything about this hunting stuff. All right. We got Don and Derek coming to the screen. Oh, okay. So then we've got below Morgan, we have got Andrew, Mr. Fish Taco himself. This is the only guy I know that can take a 3-pound catfish, and when he fillets him, it takes him 3 hours because he gets every bit. He even talks about getting around the cheeks and the eyes and making. That's why his name on here is Fish Taco. And I couldn't hear him, and that's good. We lost Don and Derek. Says device is not connected. They got to come back. So tell them they're not connected there, Jesse. All right.
They're trying.
All right. So then, something new we did this year. We shot podcasts all weekend long. We did interviews with captains, with vets, with vendors, and behind the scenes, who's running all of our electronics is our local new media guy. That's Jesse. Jesse's right there. Then we got a guy that's hidden, and he's got his mic shut off, so I'm going to turn it on. We got, he already got it shut off. He's going to have to turn his mic on. Then we got TJ. TJ is also not only our ambassador coordinator, but I'm setting it up so TJ will also be interviewing all our prospective new captains. And then below TJ, which you can't see right now, is Don and Derek. They're my little partners in crime over here, and they're our Northeast North Carolina state leads there. They've been with me now for a couple years now, and great bunch. So let's there's Ed Jenkins, my brother. So let's see who's on here. So we got Ed Jenkins giving us the fist bump right on. And if you guys would, man, go ahead and share this out to folks. We're up on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're all over the place. But so let's talk about CATCON 2025. And so I guess we can kind of go down. We can go down the line and we'll start off. Wes.
Yes,
was
sir.
this your first time at CATCON?
Negative. That was my second year in a row. Last year, there was a lot of more vendors than there was this year. Not to say it wasn't better than last year, but I think it was. I mean, I got to meet a lot of people, a lot of networking, and I do a lot of the online, like waffles, as they call it, because we can't see the R word. Uh, so I do a lot of those, and I met a lot of guys that I compete with on those waffles on Facebook, and so I got to put faces to names and get to know them a little better. And of course, I found out a lot of them are already team members, so that's even better.
Yeah, yeah. So what? We'll talk about a couple of different things here. First of all, let's talk about. Oh my gosh! Look at that ugly mug.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! Look at Derek, man.
Hey, we're trying to get it right here.
No, you got it, Rossi. You guys perfect.
We have some extreme technical difficulties.
All right. So, Wes, share up. All right. Let's see if Kurt's back now. Kurt, could you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So you just had to reboot?
No, I had to log in through my phone. For some reason, this thing is jacked up on the computer.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So far, everybody on our panel now work in one fashion or another. So we're gonna go down the line. So Wes, what? I'm gonna move you over here. There we go. So talk to me now. You're set. There you go. All right. So talk to me about your experience with CATCON and when you're sitting there working the booth. What are some of the memorable experiences that happened to you during the event?
While we were working the event, I feel that I got to know a lot of the veterans in that event. Not to mention a lot of the people that aren't veterans that were willing to donate or sign up as voluntary captains. That was excellent because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of influencers out there that are more than willing to help out veterans, get them on the water. As far as that real therapy, like we talk about. So it was excellent just to see the kind of support that we have out there at CatCon with these different affiliated folks, these people that are pro staffers, these people that are just regular people, that just do YouTube, their little influencer YouTube stuff. So I think it was excellent.
It was, and I got to tell you, I won't ever take your recommendations on a place to eat again.
Oh no,
Morgan, I will tell you, you guys probably did. You kept apologizing that you picked the wrong place. You know what? You guys probably did better than us. But that's for another story. Because we had to find Walter's Steak, and it was the worst steak restaurant I've ever been to. It was bad. It was bad.
we ended up at a bad appetizing place in the ghetto.
So you guys probably did much better than we did in that aspect. So what else, Wes, that really just blew your mind about CatCon 2025?
As far as blowing my mind is just seeing all the love and all the camaraderie throughout the whole CatCon itself. It seems a lot different this year than it was last year, just for the simple fact that there was a lot of, I wouldn't say competition per se, but there was a lot of naysaying and stuff as far as different companies, different outfits and everything last year versus this year. This year there was a lot more cohesion and more. It felt more like everybody coming together as a conglomerate family. As far as respect for each other, a lot better than last year. So that's kind of what really opened my eyes this year.
Yeah, I will agree. Like last year, I didn't experience any of that, and it was our first year. Derek and Andrew was out with me last year, and then Shane. And I didn't really experience that last year, but this year, what touched my heart was really walking around. And we were on the slime show last night, and Chris and Jamie point this out, mainly Chris. He saw more people walking around with Operation Vets with Nets swag on than any other company there. That really brought a lot of joy to my heart and showing how many supporters we have out there.
That's right.
So Morgan, let's get you on here. Okay. So we'll come back to you, Wes.
Yeah,
Hold on a minute. So, young lady, talk to us about your experience at CATCON. What'd you enjoy? What do you think could be better? With us or with the event as a whole? Share whatever you want, because I want the folks that are watching really to understand. If you're in the catfishing industry, that is the place to be.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I went, I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it at all.
You didn't like this time?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
What didn't you like about it?
The first time I went, I don't like the shaking hands and the kissing babies. But this time I went, when I got to be with you guys, it was much better. It was awesome. I love to meet the vets. I love to feel like I was actually doing something other than walking around and talking like to a bunch of random people. Like this was, it felt so much better. I love seeing all the kids.
That's good feedback. I thought you meant this time.
No, this time was awesome. I loved it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, because you sat there smiling about everything.
I was so happy to be there. It was so much different than my first experience. My first experience, I didn't like it. I liked being a part of you guys, being a part of this much better than just being there.
Well, we were so happy. We were so happy that you were there. Let me give just a couple of shout outs to see some of our folks out there. So let me run down the list here. There's only a few out there right now. Hopefully our audience will build up. But we got Ed Jenkins on there, my brother from Tennessee, soon to be South Carolina. Wesley G Guide Service. We got Lewis Parker. What's up, my brother? We got Billy Gunter, one of our new captains. Good. If you're out there, man, give a shout out. We'll see it somewhere there. So what did you work in the booth? Because I know you were working back there in the merch. You were talking to people.
It was awesome.
What made it awesome for you?
It was awesome to see the vets were genuinely excited to maybe win something for free. They were excited to go fishing. They were excited about what we were doing. They were happy to be there. I was happy to be there. It was great.
And Tyler showed up with his boots, and it looked like he just got off the boat.
Always.
Wait a minute, is he hiding the boat somewhere? I need to go fishing.
Oh, we did go fishing after we left. And we went fishing on the way home too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. So, and it was what at times, both that Friday and that Saturday, I think probably we had more people swarmed around our booths. People asking questions. What are we about? Who are we? People, buying our swag because they're finding out that everything that we sell goes back into our vet trips and everything else, whatever it takes to help with the organization. And so good. I'll probably think of some more questions for you here shortly, but we are going to bring up next. Let's see here. We are going to bring up Mr. Fish Taco to take some 5 hours to fillet a 3-pound catfish. Andrew, my brother.
What's
So
up?
you heard what I've been asking, and you were there last year. Talk to us. Share. Your experience at CATCON this year.
This year was awesome. Last year I had a blast. This year was even better. Like you've been saying, everybody else, we had an awesome turn. Everybody was into what we were doing.
Oh, you're breaking up.
It's a great atmosphere, but like being crowds, I really.
You must have a bad signal because you're definitely breaking up. But I could see a bunch of stuff in your background that you won.
Yeah. What about that?
Bought.
Now here's
Where's that
another
big
thing. Andrew not only does he take 5 hours to fillet a 3-pound catfish, but this guy steps in poo, and it's good luck poo every single time. Last year, came back with a whole bunch of rods. This year, not only did he come back with, he was winning multiple rods, but then he took 2 rods because at the last minute we decided to have a vets only raffle. So we made a big announcement having vets come up, fill out a raffle ticket. It cost them nothing. And it went from just doing 2 full rigs, literally. That last person walked away with 2 full 2 Mad Cat rods, 2 Mad Cat reels, Carolina Lake weights tackle, Just Dragon weights line. I mean, they could have walked out of the convention center and went fishing, which was really cool. But Andrew said, well, I already won these, so he donated 2 more rods to that. But and I think because he did that, that's where the good luck poo come into action, because he did me a solid and he won me an extreme bait tank. So yeah, he won 2 rods, an extreme bait tank, a cutting board, all from one raffle. I'm like, oh my! I said, dude,
It was a large one.
Yeah, a huge cutting board, not just a regular cutting board.
oh yeah, I could have just laid that. I could have just laid that thing in the back of my truck. And the thing is, he's got this small little 16-foot John boat, so he can't use that big tank.
Right.
So when we were riding home, he's like, "Listen, Rich," he goes, "I'm going to give you this. I'm going to keep it at my house, but I'm going to give you this. This is yours, just because I love you, brother." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you're the best." What's up, Scotty boy? Scott Cubble. He's one of our ambassadors here in Virginia. Welcome to the show, my brother. So what was there any one thing that really stuck out for you, Andrew? Oh man, can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, can't hear you. Nope.
come on, man.
Oh, there you go.
I'm back. I'm on Verizon. What's going on here?
Oh, that's the problem.
Lost you again.
Oh,
Yeah. Rich gets the bait tank. Okay. So, all right, we'll come back to you.
all right.
All right. So next, I'm gonna bring it in. I'm gonna bring my boy. I'm gonna bring TJ up here, and TJ, he's a unique character, and I found out why he's so unique. He has got such a cool wife. Sally is a blast. We were able to go out. We went out with our first. Was it our setup night, or was it the first night after we set up?
It was the first night at CatCon.
Yeah, Friday. So then we all went out over by our Airbnb, and it was TJ and his wife. And Sally just fit in, man. She was just like one of the boys. We had a blast. And she come hang out at the booth and just enjoyed, And as I was saying, TJ, he is our ambassador coordinator for the whole organization. And as we have ambassador leads in each state, they'll all work with TJ on stuff. But also TJ now is our he's like our captain coordinator in a sense. When we get new requests, and I've got get him all set up so he sees everything for new captains. He's going to interview and do the pre-interview with them. He's going to vet them for me. And I've had people like Joe Moots and other people doing that for me, but really having somebody dedicated solely to do those things, it is really going to be helpful. And so that's cool. So, and TJ actually had an opportunity, and I'll be posting it. I'll be posting all that, and we'll talk about all the video we shot on all the interviews. And we did one with TJ got one done. Matter of fact, before we get into that, TJ, how was your experience? What talk about your experience at CATCON, working the booth and talking to people, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so this year was my first year. Last year I didn't even know CATCON was even a thing until I found out about Operation Veteran Nets with last call catfishing. At first, I'll be honest with you, I was a little overwhelmed. Just the sheer amount of people that were walking through there was kind of overwhelming, but I just kind of kept my mind busy and just try to talk to as many people as I could, and try to pull as many people as I could in just to find out about our organization and just get them informed and try to get other vets signed up, because this organization really does save lives.
And why do you say this organization saves lives?
Just being able to get vets out in the water and just getting that real therapy that is just therapeutic. It helped me tremendously. So just getting vets and active duty service members out in the water.
So did you have any really moments that as you were either walking around or working the booth, was there any memorable moments that really stuck out with you and really going to reside with you?
For me, it's just being able to see all the people that I watch. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, so events like that, it's really nice to see the people that I watch on YouTube or I see on Facebook, and just seeing them in person, be able to talk face to face with them. That was huge for me.
Awesome. Well, let me give a couple. We had a couple more people jumping in. So what's going on, Joshua? It was nice meeting you out there. And there's a lot of our teammates that were there that I didn't know were there that stopped by the booth. But I was me and Jesse were running all over the place, and we're doing the interviews. But welcome. And if you guys have it, I would ask that you hold on here. Click and subscribe to our channel. So, but then Tim Hartley, what's going on, brother? Then we got Let's Go. Yeah, absolutely. What do you say?
That was a pretty memorable moment right there too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah. TJ said he would have got 5 more. He would have been winded. Would be able to get up.
But I think we went was it 60 count? And I was 5 more. I'd have been done. But the rod that I actually won, I'm gonna actually donate that to our Ohio event that's coming up in October. So that'll hopefully or it will go to somebody that'll use it for sure.
Oh man, awesome, brother. Awesome. What's up, Jesse? He says, "Hey, fellas." Yeah, like I said, Tim says good evening. So yeah, now that was that Fallen Outdoors that was doing that yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right on. So and then now, because we are Dieter Melhorn, a lot of you guys may have heard of him or know him and might have learned some catfishing stuff from him on his YouTube. I know I have. And good, Jesse. Yeah, you got to get out there next year, man. You got to get out there. Dieter interviewed me. Dieter's doing a big podcast on Operation Vets when that's coming out, I don't know. But he also wanted to interview someone who was a benefactor of what we do at Operation Vets when and that happened to be also TJ. TJ, as he said, hey Cindy, what's going on, girl? And good. I am so glad. All right, we'll talk about that. So again, TJ met our organization through Last Call Catfishing and our Ohio event. If you ever heard, and you can go back on our YouTube channel and find TJ. He shares his story with us, which is definitely heart-wrenching and heartfelt. And, it is powerful. And so TJ, so I had him sit with Dieter, and they did a big interview. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that. And that's going to be super exciting. Dieter's really been a friend of the organization, great guy, hey, there's another one of our captains, David. And Cindy in the chat, why don't you tell us all the stuff you won this year? So good, So what did your wife think of the event?
I think she enjoyed it. She kind of there's a lot of people too. I mean, that was her kind of thing. So she just try to keep her mind busy too. But I think she had fun.
Awesome, good. Hey, Juan, can you get on, or are you just going to be an observer? Because I know you had some things you had to do. And Juan Eagle Eyes is one of our captains and our state lead. And what I will point out, and they were supposed to be on tonight, but I don't know what happened. But all right, I'll have to fix this. All right, so Juan was one of our captains. He's also part of the team over Carolina Lake Weights. And it was funny, is I thought Juan was on the red carpet because when people you got the Grammys, or it's a halftime show, or it's something, they go through all these costume changes and within minutes. That was Juan. He was jumping between Carolina Lake Weights jersey to Operation Vets Winnets. Carolina Lake Weights jersey. And it was funny is because Carolina Lake Weights is a big, huge part of our not to the house yet. Okay. Carolina Lake Weights is a big part of our Operation Vets Winnets family. And as we are part of their family. And so and that was cool because we had folks that a lot of folks came up and said, man, you look like you guys, they want to help, but they saw that we had a full staff back there and everybody, doing their thing, but they were out there in the crowd rocking their Operation Vets Winnets, sending people over to us, talking to us, and then we were doing the same thing, especially when it came to Carolina Lake Weights. So like I said, Juan was going through a lot of costume changes that whole weekend, and I appreciate it. There was one Daryl Morris. He's with us, but he's part of the gathering out in Tennessee. So they had a small booth there and only a couple of people. So he was working that whole thing and wearing his Operation Vets jersey and constantly sending, and they were right across from us. So, and he was sending a bunch of folks over to us. So folks were out there. We had teammates out there walking around and helpful there. Wow, I got some. This come from Cindy. Cindy wins everything. I got some bait, some hook, all kinds of good stuff. That was just one drawing. Oh yeah, and then all the stuff from last year too. I mean, there were two people that truly wins everything. Which was great. Who else we got on here? Anybody else?
Hey, Rich, can I cut in real quick? When it comes to Miss Cindy,
Yes.
she was also when you had your vet only raffle, and we only had one thing to raffle off. Miss Cindy approached me, said that they were staying in the area, but they were leaving the convention for the day. She won a raffle with a rod and a whole bunch of gear, but she ended up pulling out her back, and her wish was to donate it to a veteran. And then her donation is something that led to a second raffle for the veteran only event. Went from only one raffle to, hey, now we have 2 raffles, to now there's 3 raffles, there's 4 raffles, there's 5 raffles. You had the idea for a raffle. She was the first to say, no, I want it to go to a veteran.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
she donated, then Andrew donated.
Yep. That was that one bag, that one rod that had that big bag of tackle attached to it, correct?
Correct.
Yep. Oh, and Cindy, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. And that's the blessing of being part of an organization like this. Number one, our team makes it fun to be a part of. And sometimes I want to wring everybody's neck because things don't happen when I need them to happen, but that's okay. Everything comes around and things come together. But the folks, like last year, we had we only had 2 items I think we were selling last year. We had our T-shirts, and then we had our hoodies. We call them our OG hoodies. I see Derek shaking his head yes. So all right, he'll correct me if I'm wrong. And so I saw people walking around. What's up, Mr. Josh Wick, our new Nebraska affiliate chapter? And I was seeing people walking around with our original T-shirts and also our hoodies from last year. I mean, it was crazy, like I said, and I didn't originally pick up on it until I started thinking back because Chris Gemmell and a few other people were telling me that they're seeing more Operation Vets when that stuff on people, than any other company. Oh, there's my boy Walt. Walt. Oh, you're just coming back from robotics. So you got the link. So if you want to jump on, feel free. And so that was such a yep. Yeah. Walter, not only obviously does he volunteer with us, but he also volunteers I believe it's Hickory High School. The robotics team. He's been with the robotics team as one of their mentors and stuff like that. Him and his wife Jackie, which Jackie's cool as hell too. For the last 15 years. Their son is graduating and been long gone, but they're still a vital part of that, and that's awesome. Thank you, Cindy. I agree with you. Cindy says she loves all the organizations that work for vets. Absolutely. That's the key thing is, that's what I think we pride ourselves on our organization. It's not about any individual. You know, we got somebody as Jesse, and we'll talk to Jesse here in a minute. Brand new guy, our local media guy, and all the way up to our board of directors. There is nobody more important than anybody else. You know, as long as we all keep the focus on our vets, that's it. That should always be our main focus. You know, we are going to continue to grow. So, what else, TJ? Anything else you want to share with us?
Yeah, nothing.
What would you like to see us expand onto or do differently next year?
I mean, I think with you having the media side for the interviews, and then us, and then the other side with just getting the word out there to other vets. I mean, I can't really think of anything better to do with it.
Well, I think probably in the next month or so, I'm going to bring all you guys. We'll get on a Teams call and really talk about all the successes that we had this year and things that we can do better for next year, and maybe some new ideas. Because I know when it came to raffles and stuff like that, Derek had an idea, which I love the idea, and we're going to do that for our vet event November 8th. And a matter of fact, I'll talk about that real brief, and then we'll move on to the next person. October 11th is the next big event, and that's in our Ohio River chapter. Somebody wants to come in. I heard somebody pop in. Let me see who it might be. Oh, Walt's coming in. All right, I'll wait till he connects. All right, there he is. All right, now we got Walter on here. So excellent. We'll get to Walt here shortly. Welcome, Walt. And so that's going to be October 11th. So if you're listening and you want to volunteer to be a captain for that event, or if you're a vet and you want to get on that list for that event, this is going to be the same thing for us. For the process is going to be the same thing for our event November 8th. But if you just go to, hold on a minute, if you just go to operationvetswithnets.org and click on events, you're going to see the Ohio River, and then you're going to see ours. Whatever event you're interested in, just click on that, and you'll have a section for anyone who wants to volunteer as a captain or anyone who wants to be a vet. And it's the same thing for ours. If you're interested in the Virginia event on November 8th, process is the same, except you select the Virginia event. So we're super excited about that. I know that I believe Josh in Nebraska is working on doing something similar. Is there a flyer or a post that can go up in the VA clinic? The doc was asking me today. Gave them the website. Yes, I actually need because we get a lot of requests for a flyer or some kind of PDF file that people can print out. If anybody knows somebody who's really into graphic design and really could develop us a really good flyer that's very informative and can work for all over the country, then I want to get that done and then get it. So if anybody knows anybody, feel free, reach out, and we'll coordinate, and we'll start working on some ideas. Let me see here.
Hey, Rich. So our Ohio event, it's gonna be October 10th and 11th. October 10th, we're gonna have like it'll be, I believe, 6 o'clock is how Ashley has it. We're gonna do a like a dinner orientation with like the vets and the captains, kind of meet, kind of talk a little bit, and then October 11th is when we'll actually get the vets out in the water. So just want to add that in there.
Yeah, no, good point. Good point. And ours is going to be the same thing. I know you're doing that at VFW. Ours at the 7th, we're locking down the times now. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a meet and greet at the VFW. We already got approved for that. It'll be, a meet and greet with everybody, go over a whole bunch of stuff, assign some captains with their vets. So the next day, then we'll have a safety briefing and all that other stuff the next morning for those folks that couldn't make it Friday. Then we'll match them all up and get everybody going. So good point, TJ. I also need to update that once I have the times verified from our event coordinator for the meet and greet on that Friday. So good pointing that out. Also, if you are in the James River area, or you want to, even if you're not, but the Tidewater James Catfish Club, Tidewater, not Tidewater, Tidal James Catfish Club is doing an event, and I think they're trying to get 20 or 30 vets. But if you want to come fish the James and you want to take an event out, I want to say, and Walter, hold on here. Actually,
April 12th.
I thought so. April 12th, that event's going on. So if you know a vet, or more so, because I think Fallen Outdoors is handling the vet part.
That's
But
correct.
If you got a captain, if somebody wants to come out there and participate in that, then get with me or Walter, and we'll get you on that list. Last year, we came out in full force with all our James River crew up there, and I'd say we probably had half the captains up there, and it was a great time. It was a really great time. All righty, so let's go. Let's change things up a little bit and let's pull in Jesse.
What's up?
Jesse is our local media guy. He was the one behind all the gear and the cameras and following around with me and taking pictures and helping with the and yeah, I mean, talk to us about your experience, Jess.
That was my first CATCON, and it was really, really good for me. I'm not a vet or anything like that, but I respect everything that everybody's doing. My family is a lot of vets in it, so it means a lot to me. And to hear that people, have a lot of the same struggles that I do in just different ways, it was really, really empowering and really moving. And I really put my biggest effort into it, trying to make sure that all the cameras are right and all the microphones are hooked up, and try to make sure I did the best job I could. And, I couldn't be more proud to be there and to be a part of it.
Dude, I gotta say, it was awesome. You did such a phenomenal job. You were thinking about, all right, let's fix this or let's change before I can even think of things. And so you were spot on, dude. But I got to tell you, there were a couple of times when we were doing these interviews that you had a little bit of emotion coming out.
Definitely.
You want to share some of that and how maybe who it was that we were interviewing or what touched your heart?
I'm not really good with names, so that kind of sucks. But But definitely, like when we did the that live stream with Carolina Lake Weights, that one definitely touched me a little bit. And you know, definitely just watching people come up to the cameras and being super nervous because you know they got all these cameras pointed at them, and then seeing them to actually open up and be passionate about what they're talking about. You know, it really was touching. Like there's no words I can put on it to describe, you know, the amount of pride that I had in it.
Well, you should be proud, dude, because we wouldn't have been able to do any of that stuff without you.
Yeah, and I'm totally excited for next year as well. Like I know that was our first time, and there was a couple of technical difficulties that we experienced, and I think it's just going to be even better next year. So I'm super excited for that as well.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some events this year that we may not be sitting down there running all the podcast gear, and we may at times, but there's going to be some big events that I'm going to want to get you on the boat with us and capturing a lot of that video and stuff like that and doing some cool things. And
yeah, definitely, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I know there's a lot of like live stuff that you want to do, but I also have my own setup in my room to where I can make videos, you know, with post editing and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm just going to put my 100% into it, and it's going to show up in the work. So all I can really say is that I'm super proud and excited to keep doing more of this stuff.
And that's awesome, brother. And I know I could say this, you know, that I'm proud to have you as part of the organization. And I think you did a bang up job. And I truly appreciate you, and I thank you. I definitely thank you. All right, now these two, they're lunatics, but they're a husband and wife team, and I know we have other husband and wife teams too, but these guys are friggin' cuckoo, but they're so dear to my heart. Let me see these knuckleheads. I love them to death. Oh, there we go. So this is Donna and Derek. They lead our Northeast North Carolina. This was Derek's second CATCON with us. Donna's first. I will tell you, I think everybody, especially Walter, was very nervous once Donna got things set up the way she wanted. Because I'm going to tell you what, this young lady is OCD out the hoo-ha. When she wants something done, she sets it up. She tells you why she's doing it, and you just better stay the heck out of her way and let her do her thing. And once she's got that all set up and she's happy, if you start to deviate, boy, I don't want to be around, because man, she's gonna kill you dead, DEED. But you know what? That's why our booth looks so good. Is we all know Donna was on a mission. We just let her do her thing. Organize it, reorganize it again, get it organized here, moving this here. Got that smooth flow of everything. And then it was funny as Walt said, you know, Donna, I'm just going to move everything around and then put it all back. I mean, I was dying. And I knew, literally, because I wanted to change one thing. And all of a sudden I saw Don's face. I'm like, this is what we're doing. Take a deep breath. But then it made sense to her, so we did it. But I was treading on thin water because I was afraid I was going to get something across my noggin. Yep.
And just for the record,
Sometimes you need something across your noggin, right? You know that.
What's
just
that?
for the record, Donna, I did move something around. I took a large and put it underneath another large. So,
Smart man.
So I'll start with you, Derek. You were there last year. We did a great job last year. This year, tell me on your feelings on how we did this year. What was exciting about to it for you? I don't know. Talk to me about it.
You want to say, Rick, I've been listening to your audio on the other side with my bad ear. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. I could repeat it. Oh, you killed me. All right. So, same question I've been asking everybody else. So, you were there last year, and then you were there this year. Share your experience this year and kind of compare some things from last year. And what are some things that really stood out and was a memorable moment for you this year?
Well, first of all, both years totally memorable. I know this year one big difference was we all came home with the flu, but we're we're treading through that, getting over it together.
I'm sweating. I'm so sweating.
But last year we had what space we had, we made it work, and to come back this year with the bigger space and like you mentioned earlier, seeing the gear from what we sold last year coming back this year with the original hoodies and t-shirts and stuff, to be walking around in the crowd and those people to be coming back to our booth looking to either donate again or purchase more merchandise, stuff like that. I mean, it's like we obviously set some kind of tone last year and made a footprint. And then this year we made a bigger footprint. And I mean, sky's the limit. Next year we make an even bigger footprint. That's the way I see it, I think.
Was there any specific conversation or anything that you experienced that really is going to burn a memory in your mind that happened this year? Well, whatever you did, Donna.
What is that? Look at that. Make it stop.
Get the media guy over there.
He's sitting right next to us.
I think that's half the problem.
It was just echo from his and ours.
Feedback, yeah.
I'm hearing you, Drew. I'm hearing you. I'm going to mute Jesse. I'm going to mute you for a minute because it's echoing. All right, go ahead.
All right, now we got to fix ours. All right. Yeah, we should be in separate rooms next time.
Okay.
All right, Rich, hit me again. Sorry, without the loud cricket.
There you go. What was memorable? Was there a moment during this year, either a conversation with a vet, a supporter? Was there a moment that really stuck out and that's going to really burn a good memory in your head?
Yes. All of it in general. But there was one thing that stands out the most, and it wasn't a interaction that I had with somebody, it was somebody else. But Donna ran out and grabbed a veteran. She noticed that was just cruising through the crowd in his wheelchair. And he had no legs. She got him over to the booth with the free raffle, with the vet raffle. And once he learned that he had access to a wheelchair accessible boat, he lost his mind. He put his wheelchair in super high gear, whipped around to the laptop, and started signing up for a trip. It didn't matter to him where it was. He said he'd go. Whether it was Gaston, it didn't matter. He was just excited to know that availability was there for him to be able to drive right on a boat and get on the water and not just bank fish somewhere or whatever else, you know. That meant the world to me and stood out the most to me because that is what this organization is all about. It's not just the active duties. It's not just the disabled. It's everybody, and especially the ones that do not have that option until they meet us.
Man, that's awesome. And over the next 5 years, my goal, I would love to be able to do it, and Andrew's going to kill me for this.
likes to weld.
Is what's that?
He likes to weld.
Yeah, is if we can get folks that will donate pontoon boats that we could strip down and we can outfit and we can make it a wheelchair accessible boat, then those affiliate chapters that we have, I would like to get that boat up there so it's up there and available. I would love to get them all over the country, and it's literally each rehab that we do without a repowering it. Each rehab that we do runs a good 20 grand or so. And we are looking for one to start on in Nebraska. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Josh.
Because we don't remember the vet's name by chance. Was he out of Virginia someplace? And
no, he was local there.
Local there. Okay.
Yeah, we gave him the information for the Boots on Ground tournament up there in Ohio.
Right.
He said he's willing to travel. He don't care where the wheelchair boat is. Wherever it is, he's traveling because he just excited about getting on that boat.
Okay, because I'd like to be able to call him and talk to him and see what he wants to do to get in this area at least. But I don't. I'll look and see if there's somebody that made some comments about wheelchairs. I know that there was a vet that signed up that was in a wheelchair for the Ohio event. What I don't know is I didn't know about the second person. So
yeah. Awesome. No, and you know what? That's incredible. And thank you, Donna, for doing that. And that's where our donations go to. So if anybody knows anybody wanting to donate a pontoon boat, and and we can do, I don't know if we can do a bunch of fundraisers and so we could, there could be some boats where they need minimal renovations, where it's got a good motor and all we got, then we can do that too. And so let me see, what time is it? Oh, all right. Oh, wow. Sorry guys, we're gonna go over a little bit longer because we still have a few people to talk to. But Donna, it's on you now, girl. Share your experience with us.
All right. Well, this is my first year going, and I have severe anxiety. Setup day was easy for me because it wasn't crowded. I was with my people, the OVWN people, and y'all let me be in my own mind and do what I do best in my own mind. Thursday and Friday, I had my moments of anxiety where, like, I freaked out. Like, my mind went blank, and I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? But being part of this team, part of this organization, the teammates I was around, TJ, Andrew, Walter, like, y'all brought me out of that anxiety mindset where my mind went blank and I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, y'all helped me in that aspect as far as my anxiety goes with part of my disability. And I appreciate and loved it. It really helped because before this event, I was going through a really depressive state where all I did was stay in bed and sleep all day. And this helped me get out of my depressive state. I'm back to smiling and back to being happy. And then, like I said, when I was I'm freezing up because of my anxiety, I had you guys there. You guys were there supporting me, talking me out of it, bringing me out of it. And that's what this organization is about. Our team is about, being there not only for the veterans, even though I am a veteran myself, but being there for each other, being the family for each other.
Yeah, and that means a lot. That does. And we do. We have a lot of folks that, And I think that's key. The organization that we are a teammates, but we're also family. We know we can rely on each other. When you're battling some of your stuff, and to me, it's called tough love. I'm not gonna fall into your, and I'll tell you, I'm not falling into your pity pot. No, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, girl. You got this. You're gonna whoop this, and you do. Sometimes you need that tough love, and I'll always give it to you because you guys mean the world to me. So
I was just ready for the weather to change.
I hear you.
To get the boat out on the water.
Now, besides what the event, the memorable moment that Derek mentioned, was there a memorable moment for you besides the gentleman in the wheelchair that really stuck out at you?
All of it. Like I said, it was my first year there, and all of it was extremely memorable to me. Like my husband, or Derek, he walked me around and introduced me to a lot of people, and then I probably shocked a lot of people when he introduced me, and I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh God, there is a woman that actually watches my stuff. She knows who I am, because with the fishing community, it's mostly a man's industry, a man's community. But when you got these men and you have these women that like, I know who you are. I know exactly what you do. I think that's kind of memorable because how the community is mostly a men's community.
Yeah, you and Morgan, man, you guys killed it, man. You were showing the woman aspect of things, and you guys were rocking and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who do we got left? Let me see there. All right, I am going to bring in. No, I don't want to hit remove. That'll kick them out. Let me see. Here's another one of our Virginia guys, Kurt. Talk to me, my brother. Tell me how your event was, how CATCON was to you, what memorable, maybe if you had a memorable moment, what it meant to be out there and helping us out, and what stood out to you.
I think it was the sheer amount of people for me. I mean, it was, I wasn't really prepared. I was kind of prepared, but I wasn't really prepared because I'm not a very sociable person, but I told myself, these guys are all here for catfishing. We all love the same thing. So this is going to be good. And we were fine with it. But seeing everybody work together at the booth was amazing. And seeing everybody repping the shirts and the hoodies and all that, and everybody kind of like a big family. That was a welcome sight for that whole thing. That's probably what stood out to me the most, was seeing that. And I didn't get to stay with the booth as long as I wanted. I had my wife and child there, but next year I'll probably be making the trip solo. So I'll see. I'll definitely be around the booth more.
Was there any memorable moment that kind of really stuck out at you?
Well, seeing the media set up, I mean, seeing in the interviews and the stories, that was, I didn't hear any of the stories, but I watched them when you post them later. And that was some touching stuff, man. That's probably the most memorable as far as the organization and that whole setup.
Yeah, I'll probably post another one today. I've probably got another 10 or 11 I need to post.
Hey, what you want? Come here.
Hey, youngin. Yep. So
yeah, he's here. Mom's gone, so he's here.
There's a future catfisherman right there.
That's right.
Yep. And Walt says this to Donna and Derek. Thank you, Donna and Derek, for all you did. Can't wait to do it again. Absolutely. I can't wait, but I can, because I'm going to tell you what. I think Saturday, I don't know if I was hangry. I mean, I was so overtired that both Walter and Andrew were like, "Are you okay?" I mean, I was completely out of it. I would, but we were good after that, and then we had a good long trip back, and these guys refused to let me drive, so I appreciated that. I think they appreciated it more than I did. But it was
Yeah, it was a drive. It was definitely a long drive. I made the whole trip there and back. So I feel you.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're a little over. So I'm going to bring, I think, our last person on here, and I'm going to bring, my brother from a different mother here. Oh, no, that ain't him. Where is he now? Hold on here. Did he drop out? Nope, he's there. I got to find him on the screen here. Ah, there he is.
Turn it
That
off.
guy right
Turn it
there.
off.
What up, Walt?
Hey,
Now I will tell you, our CATCON started 5:30 in the morning of that Wednesday when we all got in the truck. It was me, Walter, and Andrew. And you wanted to, if I would have hooked up 3 GoPros and recorded the conversations, the camaraderie, the banter, the pick on Rich stuff, dude, it would have been a comedy show. There and back. But Walt, why don't you share your experience?
Hey, no.
What's that?
what I'll tell you is it was my first CatCon. And actually, it was really cool to meet all the other folks that were there because that's part of why I like the organization is the people you meet. CatCon just put me in the room to spend a fair amount of money. I think next year I will try and avoid that. But I really did enjoy meeting everybody. I enjoyed actually talking to, just pulling people aside in front of the booth. As Derek so kindly put it, you're better in front than you are behind. Get out of the booth. Again, that was just, a lot of fun. Meeting the other folks that we're partnered with or are part of the organization is really important. It's like meeting somebody that knows exactly you're on a level playing field to start with. You have an interest in the very same thing. So you don't have to work hard to try and create some kind of friendship or anything because you're starting right off the bat with something in common. And I really think that was the most important thing was just meeting a lot of different people all doing the very same thing. And also getting a bunch of people to sign up. As many people as we could put on that computer. I know that Wesley is a busy man. And there's a few other people that are busy. I know in Virginia, we got 4 or 5 more trips as a result of CatCon that we're working on knocking them out. But that was the best thing. The trip up was fun, kind of, if you like driving in snow. The snow was kind of an interesting, added a touch to the drive. And the trip back was even more entertaining. You want to talk about some tired people in a vehicle. I don't think anybody, I think at any point in time, we could have pulled over and went to sleep on the side of the road and not even blinked. So I want to do it again. We are actually, by the way, I don't know if Rich said this, but we're setting the booth up on Saturday for a local event, but where we're going to try and it'll be half a show, if you will. It's kind of the same thing. It's all used tackle for the most part, but that everybody's walking through and on display, and should be fun. I hope you guys are okay, by the way, in Derek and Nana. I hope you guys are okay. I'd rather you stay home and take care of yourselves.
Hey, I hope I'm over this flu sweat and stuff because I'm ready for Saturday. Our 2 little ones had teeth pulled today, so been dealing with them healing, and I'm just done sweating. I want to be there Saturday.
How are they doing? How are the little ones doing?
Little man took it like he cried a little bit, but he's taking it more like a champ than our daughter.
Yeah, she's 13. She still thinks she's dying.
Yeah.
Hey, could you bring that clothes rack?
What?
Donna,
Derek, the clothes rack. We'd like to have that for Saturday if you guys are going
You
to
want the double, or do you want them both?
No, just the one. Because
The
all we're
double
gonna
Happy
we're just
baby.
gonna hang out just a few samples. I don't want to tear apart everything. So
Yeah, we're in a 10 by 10.
yep. Awesome.
Hey, if I'm there, you know I'm gonna make it happen, and everything's gonna fit.
I know. We're set. Walt's gonna set everything up Friday, and I have a funny feeling come Saturday morning when you get there bright and early, you're gonna rearrange.
And I'm perfectly fine with that.
Absolutely.
You want your media man?
I'm
Well,
probably
we
not
don't have the room for it. Yeah. Now, if he wants to come up and just shoot some video up, the little 8K camera
No
and stuff,
spitting.
we can do that. It's more that whole flea market thing is really set up. Most of those guys are saltwater guys, but we're gonna expose them to catfishing.
Hey,
So,
we have a friend who fished our tournament trail with us that uses these Mad Cats rods on salt water out there catching shark. So
We've
these
got
catfish
shark on one.
rods can catch some saltwater fish.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Caught like a 6-foot long shark on it last year.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, we just had Juan pop in, so we're gonna. Walt, any memorable experience for you?
I think the whole weekend was memorable. I don't think there was one specific event necessarily. Oh, the selection of somebody walking up to me and saying they're going to call your number for those anvil rods. Then they did, and then they're going to call your number for the next set of rods. And Andrew won the next set of rods. So I mean, somebody was should be playing the lottery if they can do that.
Morgan
Yeah.
called for rods.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, don't forget about Morgan too.
Yep.
All right. Let me see if Juan. Let's see if we get Juan back real quick. We'll get his feedback because he was more of he was out there. All right. Let's see if Juan. All right. All right. Now we're gonna bring Juan on real quick. Juan is our Texas State lead, and he's been listening, so he knows. He just got back home, so he knows what we've been talking about. And he was like I said, he was the one who was like, doing the halftime show and all the costume changes. Carolina Lake Weights, Operation Betsman. Carolina Lake Weights, Operation Betsman. And it was awesome. And Juan was one of those, folks that were, even though he was working in another booth, and he still walked by quite a few times, he still kept sending folks over to us. And then when people are asking about the gear and all that, we're sending them over to Carolina Lake Weights. But Juan, to end today's podcast, share with everybody. This was your first CATCON, right?
Yes, sir. It sure was.
So share with us your experience at CATCON 2025. What really stood out to you, and maybe what a memorable event that will sit with you for a very long time.
Well, I mean, going over there and seeing, Derek and Donna and everybody just running a tight ship, and it was just like clockwork with everything going on. Just Walt was just pretty much. I'm pretty sure he was typing in the information for some vets and helping them out, make sure they sign up. And you're kind of hesitant, but Walt got them to get them there. And just watching everybody working together, Andrew too, and just something amazing to see that way. And then all the gear, everybody that wasn't necessarily part of Operation Vets with Nets, but throughout the whole CATCON, there's a lot of people wearing the hoodies and jerseys and things like that. It was pretty awesome to see, knowing that they were doing all that and supporting us and everything. And one thing at the very end, when we got home, Ethan he was show me some things he got, and he pulled out Operation Vets with Net sticker, and I was like, "Oh, where'd you get
Thanks
that
for
from?"
coming
He
to
said,
get 'em.
"Well, I'll stop by there." And he said that he donated to get it. I was like, "Well, that's good." He's like, "Yeah, you're always talking about it with a bunch of people, so
Don't
I
worry,
went
it's
by
been asleep
there."
for 2 hours.
What's that? Somebody just said something. What's that?
Yeah, I think he was just
Oh,
he had his mic unmuted on there.
Yeah, Curtis. I think it was Curtis saying something.
and I gotta tell you, it was cool seeing the Ethanator get his Angler of the Year award over at Carolina Lake Weights. All that whole little team there was phenomenal. And it just shows you, what kind of organization there. But and Juan, you're part of both teams, and I know you see things in two different views. And what's really cool is a lot of the Carolina Lake Weights team are also Operation Vetsmanet's team. How that works out, I don't know. But that was incredible. Was there besides the little award ceremony over at the Carolina Lake Weights booth? Was there anything specific that really that really stuck out to you? That's going to be a memorable moment for you.
I mean, all the people that I talked to, because I would ask everybody, "Are you a veteran?" And there were some that would say yes, and I'm like, "Oh, you need to go to Operation Vets with Nets," and they're like, "Man, I already signed up, or I already went over there and donated, or I bought something." And I mean, it was really cool to see for me that, and how they're just working their way around. We're, everybody's snagging them up, and they're like, "Yeah, I've been seeing everybody with all these hoodies everywhere, so I had to stop by there and seeing it." I was like, "Yeah, that's great."
It was. That brought a lot of joy to my heart. And I got to tell you, the team right here, I got to thank you. And I know I mentioned it in our chat, but we also have we kind of partner with another organization, Catfish for Heroes. And Tyler was over there sometimes by himself. And from when he reached out to me and when he put in our group chat that a bunch of our teammates came from our booth and went over there to see if he needed a break, to see if he needed a hand. And without anybody asking you guys to do that, you did that. And that just shows me the integrity of our team and just the heart to serve. And everybody knows how close Catfish for Heroes and Operation Vetsmanets is. And you guys did take the time to go out and check on them, see if we needed anything. And he told me, he said, "Man, I guess it's like us men deal with this. It's a flaw that's in our DNA. We're proudful. We're a prideful, creation of the good Lord." So, and I know, and Tyler told me, he said, "I'm not one to ask for help." He said, "I'll sit there for hours holding in, even though I got to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to ask." And I told him, "Dude, you ain't got to worry about that with us. We're all a big family, man." And so, and he felt that, and I thank all you guys that went over there to do that for him. So that was really awesome. But listen, guys, we are 18 minutes past. Usually we are out, sharp, at 9:00. Does anybody raise your hand? Do you have any last minute words you want to share or anything? All right, go ahead, Derek.
First of all, Rich, Walt, Andrew, Jesse, because you're sitting right there, this does not pertain to you. Meeting everybody on the team with Operation Vets with Nets that we got to meet at CATCON this year, and seeing you guys on here and what everybody has done for the organization, it's great. I love it. I love seeing everything that everybody's doing in every different locations, and to see everybody come together at CATCON. And like Juan, you came up to me. I've seen you nothing but on Facebook. Same with TJ's. All these people. Like, I've never met you in person, but it was an instant click. It was instant family. Like, we all knew who we were and what our missions were, and it was family from the initial handshake. and love you guys.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, I was gonna say Derek got right on the head.
One last thing. So everybody knows, if anybody's left watching, until midnight or 11:59 tomorrow, all our hoodies are 40% off. We want to offload, share that out, let everybody know. We want to offload as much hoodies as we can to get that inventory down because I'm going to be working with Catfish Clothing to design a brand new jersey.
Fancy.
Yeah, man. So I want to design a brand new UV lit, nice.
Ooh.
So if you're at black lights or whatever, you got the glow show going on your boat or whatever, you got that stuff glowing up there. But we're gonna work on something, and it's gonna be a hoodie. It'll or a jersey. It'll have a hood, and I may try to get the one with the whatchamacallit that comes up as well. So if you're running through the water, keep the wind off your face. You can always pull that up. So got some ideas there, and I want to start working on that and getting them ordered probably within the next 30 to 40 days. So we can be ready to rock and roll with that. I'm not running any specials on our jerseys because our jerseys, I mean, they're good year round. So we'll be able to offload those easily. Yeah, Neck Gator. Thank you, Josh. Neck Gator. All right. Listen, guys, I appreciate you. I truly love it, each and every one of you guys. It means the world to me. Your dedication, your professionalism, your wise butt remarks, your busting my chops stuff. And unfortunately, I mean, my wife Vicky says I got a bromance going on there with Walter. She goes, "You guys could sit there and be on the water for 6 hours fishing, come home, and who's the first one you're on the phone with? You're on the phone with Walter." I'm like, and it's the same thing, It's just, I mean, it's awesome. I am honored. I'm honored. Hold on here. He's still in the back. I'm honored to that I can lead this organization. And you guys make it well worthwhile. And let's do some good things in 2025. Let's somehow raise $100,000 so we can put wheelchair boats all over the country.
Hell yeah.
Yep. So, all right, listen. And also, I'll put a plug in there for Andrew. Mister, it takes him 12 hours to fillet up a 1 pound catfish. But if you're local, or even if you're not local, but you're willing to take the drive and pay the moolah, I'm going to tell you what, man. Andrew can do some amazing things. He's a welder. He can do some fabricating and all. I mean, great guy. So, and I know he wants to kind of start his own little thing. So
he's pretty good with a 3D printer too.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good with the 3D printer.
Right.
We may have children on the show, so I won't talk about that. But oh yeah. So, and everybody on here is laughing because Morgan, you know what they're talking about, right?
Yes, I know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Special mission.
All right. So listen, guys, I love you all. You guys be blessed. I have Walt's got a new gas tank that Andrew built him on his boat, aluminum gas tank. I love you guys. We'll be talking this week. I got a whole lot of administrative stuff to get done. I've got new captains to interview. Chris and Viola Wheeler have really been, man, knocking out these backlogs of all these vet trips and reaching out to folks and getting it's been incredible, and I appreciate them. Appreciate every one of you. And make sure you come. I don't care where you are in the country. Make sure you're here November 8th and 7th and 8th for our big vet event. And make sure you're over there in Ohio as well. And if you can't, get there anyway. I love you guys. You be blessed. and we'll be talking later.
Bye, guys.